Beverly, of course, it is a complex and sensitive issue. And from what you've observed in terms of what's been tried and tested in Southern Africa, just explain the sort of willing buyer, willing seller concept, land grabs, all the different approaches, what they actually mean and how they've played out.
Well, we as a Democratic Alliance believe in a free market economy. As a government, we believe in creating an enabling environment so that economy is strengthened and jobs are created. Whereas national government wants to control everything, centralize everything, put policies in place that inhibit that free market space. So we're saying that markets should be sold at market-related, property should be sold at market-related prices, that you shouldn't be capping land because in certain sectors of the agricultural, like for example in cattle, the cattle industry, you can't have small caps of, pieces of land for cattle. You need huge amounts, tracts of land in the Karoo to actually farm cattle. So you can't have this, one policy fits all for all sectors of the agricultural economy. We should rather be encouraging various models that already are working, and one of the working models that we capitalize on is in this wine industry, the share equity scheme, which we've got some wonderful examples of absolute fantastic land reform where farm workers become farm owners, who become then part of commercial farming and are benefiting from commercial farms in the Western Cape. Because bear in mind that our large ownership of land in the Western Cape is commercially owned. But we have some working models, and unfortunately politics gets in the way and people refuse to actually look at those models that we've got. So there's been a moratorium that the national government put on equity share schemes. They refuse to actually acknowledge that it is a workable system. It's given us our fantastic success rate of 62% in 2014 on land reform projects, and we believe in certain sectors equity share schemes is a wonderful way to go forward. And it may not always work in every sector of the agricultural space, but it's certainly one that we should look at. So we should look at models of success and try and replicate those models of success with a great support base. You can't actually do land reform in a very silo way. You actually have to have all the role players on board, including local, provincial and national government, particularly in these large spaces. One of the things that we've implemented in the Western Cape is the Land Advisory Desk. It sits with Casidro, and basically what it does is give advice to any farmers that want to be involved in land reform projects in the future on how to go about that in the best possible and successful way, because we don't want failed projects. We found that land reform fails when there's no support, when financial mismanagement, when there hasn't been skill upliftment, when there hasn't been proper books being held, and when there are too many chiefs and not a whole lot of Indians, really, people interfering in that process for their own reasons. So it has to be a collaborative, integrated, supportive approach.